How's it going, everybody? Happy Wednesday, November 26th. It's our birthday, funny enough. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
The big 2-5.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. 25 years old today. And we're missing our boy Sam today. He's got some plans with the family tonight, so he's
apparently
MIA.
Family is more important
than us.
Than the podcast.
Bro, it's our birthday and we're here.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. You guys are going to be the ones that have to decide.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. It's
not for me. I'm just pointing it out.
Someone's got to work. Here we are on our birthday working. Just saying. Anyway, so Sam, if you listen to the first minute of this, just know.
Well, we know he's not going to listen to the first minute of this.
Yeah.
And we can verify that by coming up with another word.
Yeah, because he didn't do it last time.
What word?
Hornswoggle.
I like my
go-to.
That's
Hornswoggle.
A great one.
If you send a GIF in the group chat of Hornswoggle, the WWE legend,
superstar,
then I know that you at least made it through the first minute and 15 seconds of this episode. But hey, we're here. Happy birthday again.
Yes.
You guys doing anything fun for celebrating hitting a quarter of a century?
Well, we had the party on Saturday, which was a blast.
Yep.
Had everyone over to the crib, grilled some burgers. It was all decorated in SpongeBob theme.
Dude, it was a vibe.
It was. The cake. My wife made these plankton cake pops that I will be dreaming about for the next forever.
I don't even know how she did that because I don't
look
like
exactly
cake pops.
like him.
I don't like cake pops normally because I don't like
cake pops. Go dumb.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't love cake pops normally, but hers it was more like brownies on a stick.
Yeah,
they were circular brownies on a stick, and it was fire because they were super
gooey.
dense.
So gooey.
They were awesome.
The cake was good. The environment was good. We got to watch the ASU game with the boys, and then we sadly had to watch the Cincinnati Suckfest.
We'll talk about that.
To which it is being affectionately known.
Shout out Johnny.
The rest of time.
I got Johnny and Sam when you were outside grilling. I had Johnny and Sam inside, and I told them all the scenarios that we were looking at, and this is when Kansas State was beating Utah. So we're like, okay, wait a second. Now we need Houston to win. If Houston can win, and Kansas State wins, then all we need is BYU to lose, and then all of a sudden we control our own destiny so long as Baylor won this weekend against, I forget who they played.
U of A?
No, this weekend.
This weekend.
They had already gotten smoked at that point.
I don't know who they play. Their game doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But they play an 8.
What is it, Houston?
Yeah, they play Houston. So we needed Baylor to win. Anyway, nonetheless, awesome weekend.
That's probably not going to happen anyways, but
no, not at all. But yeah, had a good day today. Wife and I drove down to Tucson. Horrible city. Thankfully, we didn't go down to Tucson. We really hung out in Oro Valley. Just outside of Tucson. Wife booked a tee time for both of us. She's never played golf ever, and I'm not the most amazing golfer, but we only played 9 holes, so I was like, all right, if I could play bogey golf or slightly worse than that, like somewhere between bogey and double bogey golf, I'd be happy. That's what happened. I shot 11 over through 9.
All right.
I started 6 over.
That's pretty good.
So I triple bogeyed the first hole.
That's how it goes. First hole doesn't count.
Dude, it was bad.
If you're not getting at least a triple bogey on the first hole, I don't want to play with you because you're too good for me.
Yeah, it was like triple bogey, double bogey, bogey, and then I had par, bogey over the next 5 holes.
It's like
the
awesome. First shot of the day, all the nerves. The first hole of the day, all the nerves.
I hit the clubhouse.
Yeah.
On my first drive.
I've almost hit girls. I've almost hit.
So we played,
definitely lost a lot of balls on the first hole.
We played at this course called El Conquistador and Push Ridge. It was a 9-hole course. Really, really cool, beautiful views. The greens were great. Really fast, very slopey, but quality fairways, quality greens. But, dude, they don't have a driving range. They just have a net. And it's 2 bays. And
when was the last time you've hit?
September?
Like tournament.
Yeah.
Flag
So
staff.
it's been a while. So first drive, I normally tee the ball up a little bit farther forward than most because I have a natural, like, what is that, a fade to my ball? Draw is the other way.
Yeah,
So I fade my ball pretty typically, borderline slice, and so I teed up forward, first swing, topped it, sent it straight into the clubhouse.
Yeah.
The couple there that was pulling up with their golf cart was kind enough to throw my ball back, so I took a breakfast ball, and then I did the exact same thing, except I hit it into a tree that time. So
cool.
I know. So I just picked it up, tossed it on the fairway, took my drop, made it to the green in 6, and then 2-putted for triple.
That's how we do it.
Yeah,
that sounds like a first hole.
It was bad, but then after that, I got dialed.
Standard.
I was dialed after that. It was great. The second hole was mainly figuring out my irons, figuring out what was going to work. And then hole 3 through 8, I was money. And then the 9th hole, I triple bogeyed. So 2 triples, and I shot 11 over. So I'm not too upset about that. Sheridan, though, my wife, she actually parred a par 3. And she's
crazy.
First time she's ever played golf.
That's
now,
crazy.
it was a 99-yard par 3 with like a valley of hazards. Like, you know what I mean? It's like elevated. And then it's like rocks and trees and crap, and then elevated green.
Maybe the first shot was luck, but 2 putting, that's pretty insane.
She hit a rocket, and there was like a hill. So it was
Yeah.
like this, like this. And she smoked it. Instead of like bouncing off the hill and like skidding across the green, which on a normal hole it would have happened. But it just boop, popped and just landed straight on the green. She was like maybe 15 feet from the cup. I was so impressed.
That is impressive.
And then she put up. Oh man, I tried it. I was like, hit a good putt. Like, you know, don't put too much, don't put too little. And all day she kind of had trouble with the power, but she figured like that one's just perfect putt to set her up for a par, and she nailed the par putt.
Nice.
So it was a good day. Then we went and saw Now You See Me 3, the new movie. I liked it. Love all those movies. And then we had Time Market for pizza. Picked up our daughter and came back. It was a good time. So, been a good day so far. But we got some fun conversations to have in regards to college football. It's hate week for a lot of people, a lot of fans. For us especially, I was wearing all my ASU stuff, and I was in the heart of the enemy, right in the belly of the beast. I did have Sheridan go inside to pick up the pizza, though. I said I will not. I said I'm not gonna. I was out on campus getting pizza. It's like, I'm just going to stay in the car. Not worth it.
Yeah, they know your face. We got a big-time podcast.
I know.
Popular ASU fan, public figure.
I have
your face. It's dangerous.
I have said some things about their city, their team, their coach, their quarterback. I'm okay. I think it's probably best I stay in the car. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but, yeah, so we got some fun stuff to talk about. But most importantly, this is the Give Back to the Game podcast. This is episode 13 officially. So we are so happy and blessed to be in this situation with 13 episodes out. Shout out to everybody who subscribes. Right now we're at 121 subscribers. We're just slowly inching back up. So yeah, let us know what we can do to make our content even better for you guys as the viewer. We had one gracious comment this week. We're gonna keep our socks on though.
Oh,
we're gonna keep our socks on, but we'll show off the feet.
I had to ask the wife what her thoughts were.
Yeah, she's like, do we succumb to the peer pressure?
Gross.
Not to destroy that
weird.
Guy's whole world, but we're gonna. We
love interacting with the comments.
That's
we
right.
love the comments.
That's right. We love the feedback.
Don't hesitate to keep firing them away.
We took it into consideration.
Yeah.
But here we are with socks on. Next week might be a different
It's cold
story.
in here,
Once we get Sam back,
my dogs are.
We'll figure out. We'll let Coach figure out what we're gonna do. But
yeah.
All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like this video, please. We love all the interactions that we can get to help boost this channel and help us get to ultimately where our goals are with this channel and making content, and hoping that we can get to a place where this could be a little more like a full-time thing. So that way we can make really awesome content for people who love college football. Anyway, jumping in, we have a couple of awesome conversations. So the first one, I told William, it's rivalry week. Let's just start with like a top 5 right? Top 5 with some honorable mentions. Rivalries in college football. So if you want to start us off with your top 5, if you want to work your way up, start with 5 and then get up to 1.
All right.
So we're going to go bottom to the top.
Number 5 for me is Army-Navy. It is – I tried to keep my bias out of this rankings, so you will not see ASU and U of A on this list.
I can't promise.
You will not see Iowa and Nebraska on this list. But Army-Navy is a big traditional rivalry, lots of history, the troops, all of it, the uniqueness of it, the fact that it has its own game on its own day, separate. The president shows up, all of the soldiers in the building, and then it's just triple option football right down your throat. Just smash mouth, grind them out. I mean, you see some of the biggest hits of the season in this game. And there's snow sometime. It's cold. You know, nobody wants to be out there, but everyone wants to be out there. It's like the uniforms are always unique, whether they're good or not.
Yep.
Armies don't look great this year, but
most
of the time, Army does pretty good.
Winning the uniform battle this year.
But I think it's like the true sickos rivalry. It's the sickoest rivalry in all of college football, and I think that also makes it special. So that's 5. 4, and this is kind of going to follow the rest of my criteria. Like, there's kind of a pattern, and I hate how much SEC and Big Ten it is, but it's Alabama, LSU at 4. It's
really
the reason it's not higher for me is that it's like a middle of the season one. So it kind of takes away from the flair. But when you get Alabama, LSU on the sheet for that week, it's like, oh, we're tuning in, like that. We're watching that game. It's always
competitive.
Always got very good players, and it's always for something. There's always something on the line in that game. Like, it means something. And the teams hate each other. And who can forget the Joe Burrow-Tua duel in 2019?
That was awesome.
And then 3 is the Iron Bowl, Alabama versus Auburn. And that one, it's not because Auburn is better than LSU, because they're not. LSU is. Yeah. But I think there's more hatred involved in this game, and I think 100%. There's more chaos. And I think it's at the end of the year, which definitely helps this rivalry game's favor, because it's always like Auburn has an opportunity to ruin Alabama's season. Sometimes Alabama's had an opportunity to ruin Auburn's season. Yep. And it's just like there's always some sort of chaos aspect to this game, and it's always like the one game Auburn can show up for other than Georgia. So there's that. Then you got Red River at 2, Oklahoma, Texas, and it's always game day. It's always competitive. It's always fun, high scoring. It always means something. There's always something on the line in that game. And then number 1 is Michigan, Ohio State. As much as I get annoyed it feels like pompous elites talking about this is the only game that matters and this is the game. Sorry, that was kind of a shot, but
it is. There may not be a more hate-filled rivalry.
Yes. I think I'm not mad at them for it. I'm just like, it feels elitist to be like, none of your other silly games matter. This is the only one that matters. And it's like, it's fair because it is tradition, hatred, competition lately.
Both stadiums pack out 100,000 plus.
Yes, and all of these games are always full. That's another necessary part of the list. It's like, so as much as I was like, I get annoyed. I guess I get more annoyed that people talk about this game like nothing else, like no other game matters.
Yep.
I'm like, we get it. Your game is very important. It's the rivalry. Mm-hmm. But come on, man.
Yep.
But that being said, I love watching this rivalry game.
I do too. Last year may be the most fun.
Oh, yeah.
Rendition of this rivalry. But I'll get in. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
They are also on my list. So
should I hit my underrated, overrated?
No, we'll get to that after.
Okay.
So my number 5 rivalry. I stayed in-house. It's U of A at ASU. Always. When I think of a hate-filled rivalry, it's ASU U of A. There's something about being in the same state that makes it like just means so much more. Because I understand, I left the Red River rivalry off my list because I haven't felt that hatred between Texas and Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Like, Horns Down has become such a meme when originally that was like Oklahoma's way of putting down Texas. It was like, all right, put the horns down. You know what I mean? But now it's become such a meme. I don't know. I could just be I'm just not close enough to Texas or Oklahoma to see the hatred and prove me wrong, like, honestly. But yeah, I just haven't seen it, so they were left off my list. ASU U of A, though, I've been there. I've experienced it. I've been to the game in both stadiums, and I will say both fan bases truly hate each other.
Yeah.
I hate U of A, and I don't throw that word out lightly. Hate's a strong word. I hate U of A. I cannot stand them. I don't want them to succeed at anything. But yet they do sometimes. They've had a good season so far. Pains me to say. But, yeah. Kevin, we're going to take you guys down this week.
Yeah, I mean, to put more on that game, it's like Kevin, we brought him, and I regret it now looking back on it, bringing Kevin.
Yeah.
Because then I'm thinking I'm bringing an op into the house.
Yeah.
That could have been a butt for Arizona State. That being said, we love Kevin.
Yeah, I also put him in a tough spot.
Yeah, we did put him in a tough spot. He
was
a sport.
He put himself in a tough spot.
Yeah, we put him in a tough spot that he had to wear ASU colors.
That's
and then
right.
he put himself in a tough spot by
taking
his
it off
shirt
and having the U of A on underneath.
And he got kicked out of the student section.
It was great.
Which, is probably fair. But
we were ready. We were going to
go
to war.
It was the way in which it happened.
There was some boomer in the student section who was just being a you-know-what. I was like, all right, at the end of the day, it's our boy.
Yeah, it's still the boy, even though he's got that ugly A on his chest.
Whatever. But, yeah, give me ASU U of A at 5. This one, the games aren't always as good. It's still fun to watch. But, oh, my gosh, outside of Ohio State, Michigan, this is, like, the most hate-filled rivalry in the country, like, in my humble opinion. And it's Mississippi State Ole Miss, the Egg Bowl. I feel like every time they play, I get an ESPN notification about players getting ejected for fighting during the game. Yeah. They just do not care, and I love it. I love the fact that was it Elijah Moore?
Well, it was DK Metcalf first.
DK Metcalf
2 years later
did the dog peeing thing, and then Elijah Moore. Was it Elijah Moore?
It was Elijah
Moore did it, and they got the 15-yard penalty, which Mississippi State took the penalty. Mm-hmm. On the extra point, Ole Miss missed a bowl game because of that. Because the kid missed the extra point. Dude, that's the kind of stuff that's like, oh, man, watching. Like, I'm so excited for this year's Egg Bowl. Yeah. I don't expect it to be close, but oh, my gosh, I expect some fireworks, bro. I would love it if Mississippi State beat Ole Miss. You know what I mean? But I know it's at Mississippi State. Ole Miss is probably going to win. They're going to plant the flag.
I would not love it, but yeah.
They're going to plant the flag.
I want it to be close, though.
And there's going to be a fight at the end of the game. So I'm excited to see
chippy.
that.
It's going to be chippy.
It is. I love chippy games. But anyway, speaking of this one, always means something. You had it on there. Iron Bowl at 3. Auburn, Alabama. Such a good game. Truly anyone could win this game. Like, I mean, we've had some awesome matchups in the past, like when Cam Newton came back down 24-0.
Yeah.
And beat Alabama 28-27 on the road to secure their spot in the SEC championship and national championship. You have the kick six, which is probably the most iconic play in college football history, or at least recent history. That's the most iconic play. Mm-hmm. I'd put it up there in the conversation of that might be the greatest play, like greatest play, greatest call, whatever. In the meaning, Auburn went to a national championship. I think it'd be solidified as the best play in college football history if Auburn won the Natty. But anyway, Auburn, Alabama, always fun. Alabama has been consistently a top 5, top 10 team for the last since 2007, 2008. So I mean, it's been almost 18 years of just sheer dominance. And then Auburn is like not every other year, but it's kind of felt that way where it's like some years they're top 10, other years they might be 6-5 like this year. And then next year they're going to have a dog. Deuce Knight, he looks so good this weekend. So I'm excited to watch that game.
Start.
He's not starting this week? Who is it, Jackson Arnold?
Ashton Daniels.
Oh my gosh. I would love to see Deuce Knight start this game. He's electric.
Yeah. We can get into that when we predict the game, but yeah.
Anyway, such a fun rivalry. Always good. The Iron Bowl, very hate-filled. That brings me to number 2, which I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree because it should be number 1, but I'll give you why number 1 for the reason I have for number 1. Number 2 is Ohio State, Michigan. The most hate-filled rivalry of all of them. An entire city, entire state, arguably, in Ohio, blocks out the letter M on every sign they see. Dude, that's awesome. That's dedication, and I love that. I am a big fan of a community rallying around their hatred for another team in sports. I think it's good, healthy rivalry. Obviously, I don't want anybody to like hurt each other or do whatever intentionally, but I love chippiness. I love the fact that rivals, it's like they're not, the sportsmanship just goes out the window. Anyway, great game. It feels like it's been really fun the last few years because Michigan has won 4 years in a row. So Ohio State, who's just been on top of the world, doesn't have that over Michigan. They might win national titles, but Michigan still has beat them 4 times in a row. That may change. We'll talk about it later. Number 1, in terms of the quality of the product, it's not the greatest game. But in terms of the tradition, and you said it's the sickoiest football game of all time, Army-Navy is my number 1 rivalry, purely because of the meaning of the game. No other game has a standalone week like they do. No other game. Conference championships happen. Mm-hmm. Army could play in a college. Army and Navy could play in their conference championship and still have to prepare for Army-Navy next week.
Army did last year.
Army did it last year. Remind me, who won last year?
We were American Conference champions.
Oh, congrats. Didn't go to the playoff. So, shout out Navy for BTA on Army, man. Good game. Great game. Fun game.
That game stunk.
But yeah, Army-Navy. Also, I feel like personally it has a lot of meaning in our household just because you're an Army guy, I'm a Navy guy, so we're polar opposites in that. But that's kind of contributed to the experience in the rivalry. So much fun to watch. I circle that matchup every year. It's one of my favorite weeks just because of the brand of football they play. Triple option. It's a dying brand of football, but they live and die by it, and I love it. And they're the last true American heroes we have in the football community because everybody is just, I was like, I want to like jokingly sound like an old head and be like, oh, all those running backs playing quarterback now. All the kids, quarterbacks just run now. They just stat pad, all that. No,
that's what Army and Navy do.
I know, but in a much different way.
Yeah.
But they're passing. They're not throwing for 3,500 yards and having 1,200 rushing yards as well. It's like they have 800 passing yards on the year, which is already a lot.
Yeah.
It's 800 too many. They shouldn't attempt to pass. If you can't beat somebody by running the football every single game, you shouldn't be playing football.
Philip hates Sonny Dykes and Mike Leach.
No, I love the air raid. I love the air raid. I'm talking about in the triple option. There's so many. I mean, like the fact that every time I look at an Army score or Air Force or Navy and I see like Navy threw the ball 12 times.
Yeah.
And we won 35-3. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I know. The only reason we're doing it is because Blake Horvath, they want to give him a shot at the Heisman. It's just run the football. All right. Dog teams on the ground. You can do it. I believe in us. Whatever. Anyway, those are my top 5. So I have U of A, ASU at 5, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Egg Bowl at 4, Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama at 3, Ohio State, Michigan, the game at 2, and then Army, Navy. Has its own logo, has its own weekend. There's not really a more meaningful game in college football than that. And that's really the only reason. If we're looking purely based on the game itself, it's Ohio State, Michigan. I don't think it's really close, but okay. So now we also have some underrated rivalries that we love. They're kind of like honorable mentions that we want to talk about. You have a couple. I have a couple.
Mm-hmm.
My first one's Iowa, Nebraska. Throw William a bone. Because growing up watching Iowa football, you've seen, while both teams might not be amazing, it's always a competitive, ugly football game. There's a lot of hatred. Both teams' fan bases are super passionate, but you can tell that this means so much to them because they're both broken. Through a hard season of watching their team consistently not meet the mark.
Yeah.
Having all these expectations. Iowa not having the ability to throw the ball for since Nate Stanley. He was the last guy that could throw the football for you.
Yeah.
Nebraska hasn't meant anything since Taylor Martinez. I mean, Adrian Martinez kind of brought him back, but they never had consistent success. So I'm excited. Both teams are 7-4 this year. It's gonna be fun. That's a great rivalry. We'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
You get one.
I have like 8 underrated
I have 3
rivalries. One is by close games, and I think Arkansas, Texas A&M is an underrated rivalry.
When they play at the Cotton Bowl or something.
Yeah, they would play at the Cotton Bowl. There's tradition to it.
Yeah.
Both historically great teams with historically traditional fan bases, and I feel like whenever they get on the field, both teams are scoring 40, and it's going to overtime or something like that. And this year they played in Arkansas, but it was 45-42 with now 11-0 Texas A&M and now a 2-9 Arkansas. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Like, this is just going to be a fun, exciting game, and it's not like the teams hate each other the most. It's just like it's kind of a rivalry, but it's just fun to watch every year.
There's history, tradition, and it's always a good game. I hear that. I've got Kansas and Kansas State as well. I think that is such a slept-on rivalry, purely because they hate each other.
Yeah,
like it's great. I love it. It's good for the game. The games aren't always the most competitive.
Yeah, because Kansas never wins.
But
yeah,
it's always fun. I mean,
couldn't even do it this year.
No, I know, but it was still a good game. It was a fun game for a little bit, and then it wasn't fun anymore. It was like 41-20 or something like that.
Yeah,
rough outing for the Jayhawks. But like I think about how much they hate each other because I don't just think about it from a football stance, but like you watch them play in basketball.
Yeah,
Kansas State is the team that never wins in that one, and they get so passionate about that game. But I know it's football. We're a football podcast. We don't talk about basketball. But they get after it in that rivalry. So big one, or not a big game by any means. Usually doesn't mean a whole lot, but man, do they hate each other? And it is usually a pretty good game.
Yeah. The next 7 of my honorable mentions are all because of hatred, and it's the Territorial Cup. ASU and U of A is always fun because the teams don't like each other.
That's right.
It will always be fun to watch.
Enough's it. That's great.
Go ahead.
All right. My last one is the Holy War, BYU, Utah. I love a couple teams that truly don't like each other, and that is one of them. They don't like each other. They really don't like each other, and it's funny because we all know their fan bases. Yeah. They're not going to swear at each other, but man, are they going to be super racist to each other. It's not good, but it's good for the game. No, it's not good for the game. I'm just kidding, bro. It's not. But no, BYU Utah. It's fun.
That was one I was not. That was not a pull I was expecting.
No. I just think like they got all this pent up energy they gotta get out, and they do so in yelling at each other when they play. So, and I love the fact that like the uni combo, like when BYU wears blue and Utah wears red. It's like very Star Wars-ish, like lightsaber fight. Darth
Good
Vader
guys
against
and the bad guys. Yeah.
But I usually root for Utah. I hate BYU, so.
I've rooted for BYU
Because of Zach
recently.
Wilson.
Yeah, until recently. BYU has found themselves on my bad guy list.
Yeah. Thanks, Chase.
Yep. Pretty much.
Shout out Darius.
Pretty much just it.
Shout out Darius Lassiter.
Yeah,
Former
my
BYU wide receiver.
next pick was
Great
going to be
legend.
that game as well, and I think it's going to become more fun now that Utah has an offense that doesn't make you want to like gouge your eyes out when you watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've only been fun because of Zach Moss and Cam Rising in the last like 15 years of Utah football.
Tyler Huntley.
Dude, he was
Joe
not
Williams?
No, they were not. I didn't enjoy watching Joe Williams. The running back?
Yeah, running back.
I thought you were talking about Troy Williams for a second.
No. Joe Williams, the running back.
I just didn't love watching Joe Williams. I didn't love watching the Devontae Booker teams. They weren't exciting to me. Zach Moss was fun to watch, and I didn't love watching Tyler Huntley play, but I did enjoy Cam Rising, and I did enjoy.
Say, what about oh my gosh, I can't. What's his first name?
Travis Wilson.
Thank you.
No, that guy is not fun to watch at all.
He was the first 7-year quarterback, the first 7-year senior.
He was not fun.
First to do it.
But popular. They're like actually fun to watch now on offense, and it's like just the backdrop of the stadium, the colors, all the things you listed. The fans are crazy. It's probably the most ruthless, hostile environment on the West Coast. Is that right?
Without a doubt. Yeah. You got what? 5 more?
Yeah. I'll just burn
speed
through
run
them quick.
Yeah, speed run them.
We already talked about the Egg Bowl.
Yep.
So that's one of them. Michigan State. Very hateful matchup.
Yeah.
Very hateful matchup. Michigan thinks they're a little brother, but historically I think Michigan State owns Michigan outside of Michigan's recent Harbaugh resurgence.
Did you look that up?
No, I just remember like 9 years of Kirk Cousins and Connor Cook dominating.
I'll look up their
them.
all-time record while you go to the next one.
Then Kentucky, Louisville, and this translates to basketball as well. Like some of these rivalries do. Michigan State definitely translates to basketball. But Kentucky, Louisville, I feel like there's a fight every year, even if the game's a blowout. There's just like the teams do not like each other. Clemson, South Carolina. I'm on the Clemson side of this rivalry because I'm a Dabo fan. Even though we like JP Hovey.
Ooh. Michigan leads the series 75-38.
Dang. They are really little brother. I guess in my lifetime, it's felt like Michigan State.
Yeah. They had a dominant stretch because
Right.
Michigan got slapped with all those sanctions.
Well, no, there's like 9 games in a row that Michigan State won.
They won 9 in a row. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I did not know Michigan
It was like
down that
Mike
bad.
Hart said they're our little brother, and that's when it became little brother.
Oh, I got
And then after that, they lost like 9 straight games to Michigan State.
fair enough. Who else did you have?
I had Kentucky, Louisville,
Okay, I heard that one. Yeah.
Clemson, South Carolina, big time hate game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always fun because Clemson usually is just
runs in.
dummying
This
South
should
Carolina.
be fun. It's kind of a suck bowl.
Yeah, it is. And Florida State, historically, big game, hateful.
Yeah.
It just stinks that both these teams have sucked for the last, 10, 15 years. This game should be better.
Yeah, agreed.
But those are my games. Oh, and then we got to go overrated.
I have one overrated rivalry because when I thought of it, I was like, yep, this is it. It's USC UCLA.
Yeah.
It's so, oh my gosh, so overhyped. I'm sorry, my grandpa's a huge UCLA fan, and he exhibits all the truly great signs of a good rivalry and the pure hatred. If USC gets brought up, he just either tunes out or makes some remark about how USC sucks.
He has great disdain.
Truly.
If UCLA loses, at least USC lost 2.
You know what? I'd go so far as to say he is one of those influential people in my life who helped me learn how to truly hate my rival.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does not
he
like
did it
USC.
well. He did it well. Dad helped too.
Yeah.
You know, Mom helped with the sly comments, but
Yeah.
our dad was big on sportsmanship. My grandpa is as well until you play your rival. He's very much like, help your opponent up unless it's USC. Then let them lay there. Don't help them
Yeah,
up.
he doesn't like
Stare
USC.
at them, stand over them.
But that grandpa comes from a generation when that rivalry was a big deal.
Great,
when
right.
US and UCLA were putting out good football products year after year. Now, there's not a soul in the state of California that cares about this rivalry game.
No.
There's not a soul in that state that wants to go to either one of those games because they can't even pack their stadiums on a weekly basis. Nobody cares about either of these teams. And it sucks because I've seen this rivalry be a good rivalry through my grandpa, and I wish it was still that, but it's not. This generation and past generations have failed this rivalry.
Beautiful uniform matchup that just gets squandered every year because the product sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the game might be good, but it does. You don't feel the hatred, the aura
like
from that game.
The stands aren't packed.
No, there's no energy.
Yeah,
It's literally a rivalry where the schools are the closest together. They're 12 miles apart.
Yeah,
that's awesome. There should be, oh my gosh, they should be freaking throwing stones at each other, but they don't. Not actually throwing stones.
Yeah.
We don't condone that, but I'm just saying.
And then I got 3 more rivalries that I think are overrated.
Yeah.
One, Stanford Cal.
Really?
When has that been a big deal in our lifetime?
Yeah.
Maybe
from the band is on the field.
Yeah, it's either Stanford's been trash and Cal's been good, or Cal's been trash and Stanford's been good. Right now they're both trash. Right now they're both not good, and so it's like, it just stinks. They already both have hard times filling up their stadiums to care about their teams. Californians just don't care about college football.
It doesn't.
At least
sense.
not these most recent generations. My grandpa would stand by it.
Sean, I'd be interested to hear Sean's opinion on this. He's a big San Diego State guy.
I think he'd feel the same, that San Diego State needs to be filling out their stadium more. What are they? They're a 9-win team, and haven't they had hard times getting full stadiums for some of their games?
Probably.
At least like the few times I've tuned into San Diego State.
Yeah, I was like, I have not watched much.
They built a new, smaller stadium for them.
Yeah. Snapdragon. Is it still Snapdragon Stadium?
I don't know what it's called, but
it was Snapdragon Stadium. It's right off of the. Is it the 6? The 8? I think it's the 8. The interstate in Cali.
All right.
Whatever. It's right off the freeway. Like, you can't miss it.
Then I got Georgia Tech. Lame rivalry.
Yeah, super lame.
Georgia Tech just cannot keep up with what Georgia's putting out.
Last year was the only time I've ever
felt that it was a rivalry.
Wanted to watch that game.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. I didn't watch the game to start with. To be clear, I turned it on because it was a good game.
Right. It's like, Georgia Tech has a chance going into the third quarter.
It's like,
this is
maybe
new.
let's flip this on.
It's usually Georgia Tech scores on opening drive, and you're like, we might have a game this year. Then you check midway through the second quarter, it's like, it's 35-7.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll tune out.
This game is such a snooze fest normally. Yeah. I chose to watch ASU play, I forget who, maybe it was Santa Clara or SMU last year. We played somebody in basketball that same night. It was St. Mary's.
Yeah, I remember that game.
It
was a good game. We won that one.
Yeah, we won that. Yeah, so I remember watching that game all the way through.
Yeah.
And then was like, feeling a high because ASU won. And then I'm like, well, what else is on? Oh, well, this game's actually competitive. All right, I guess I could turn it on. That's normally how it's like. Yeah. I was shocked. I opened my phone, saw. I was like, whoa, that's not what I expected.
And football's the only sport these schools are good in. Like, they stink at basketball. They're not.
Georgia's got a squad this year in basketball.
Yeah, but that's not usually the case.
I know. I like their team. Shout out Blue Cane.
Yeah, crazy name.
And oh my gosh, is it Jamal Wilkerson?
I don't know.
Something.
I know
Jay
Blue
Wilkerson.
Cane.
He's a dog.
And then my last rivalry that I don't think is that exciting is North Carolina and NC State.
I thought you were going to say North Carolina Duke.
No.
I would have agreed with you in football.
That's why I'm like, North Carolina Duke is the rivalry. And I know in football it's North Carolina, NC State,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't feel like there's any excitement. It's usually 8-3. NC State plays 6. And what I will give them credit for is they don't like each other.
Yeah.
But what I do think is they probably have a hard time filling up the stadium.
Yeah.
And it just the last couple of years there hasn't been a lot of great ball. And they might make the same argument for ASU U of A, but
even though, I mean, when ASU was 3-9, and we got dummied by U of A at home like 3 years ago, like we lost. It was ASU's worst loss to U of A. Not ever. I think they beat us once in like the 20s, like 77-0 or something like that. But we got dummied at home. I think it was our worst home loss to U of A. It was like 59-12 or something because we couldn't kick extra points for some reason, or we went for 2 every time. Jalen Conyers took like 15 snaps at quarterback, and so did Scat. It was crazy. I remember being there, and that game sucked. It was just they just bent us over and spanked us the entire game. So it was tough. But even then, that stadium was still relatively full for an ASU game, for a 3-9 football team. We still filled up for U of A, and yeah, I mean, I can't say that it was still full by halftime because it was
emptied
bad.
out fast.
It emptied out real fast.
I think it's more so the vibe right now because like they did have like an all-out brawl after their game last year. There's some genuine disdain for each other.
Yeah.
I think I should take it off my overrated list.
I was kind of shocked that you put it on there.
Yeah, my apologies to North Carolina, NC State. Like now that I'm like thinking through it, I'm like it doesn't really stand up to
last year. It was good.
Compared to Georgia, Georgia Tech, Stanford, Cal, and USC, UCLA,
there
like
been some fun
this is a
matchups.
much better rivalry game than
who was NC State's quarterback last year? That was fun.
I'd probably put it ahead of Florida State, honestly.
Yeah, I would too.
Recently,
Florida State has sucked.
Yeah, for like 10 years it has.
I don't even feel like it's been a good game since Tim Tebow played.
Right.
Which is 15 years.
Yeah. So no, my apologies.
17 years.
We're allowed to make adjustments and revise.
Dude, 17 years ago, Tim Tebow played college football.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? All right, shall we move on?
Yeah, I'll depress myself for being old. Honestly, we did better than I thought. We're only at like 40 minutes. We only talked about that for like 35 though.
Okay, well,
which is good. That was
We'll go quick through some of the picks.
Yeah. So next week we're really gonna dive into Heisman favorites and stuff like that because it'll be conference championship week and all that fun stuff. So real quick, we're just gonna give our who we think deserves the Heisman to this point. And dude, I'm like holding back a sneeze right now. That's brutal. Anyway, mine. So I have 2 guys. You just have the one.
I guess I have 4 that I think should be in New York.
Yeah. I have Fernando Mendoza and Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I think Jacob Rodriguez is playing the best football of anybody in the country. And I know it's hard to compare like defensive statistics to offensive statistics because offensive statistics are so easy. You're touching the ball. But on defense, your impact isn't just felt when you're touching the ball or because you're not touching the ball. Your impact is felt when teams are running away from you and you're still making plays. You are getting double teamed and you're still making plays. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whereas it's harder to do that. It's harder to send a double team to a receiver. You can't double team a quarterback. I mean, you could bring the house and yet Heisman quarterback will still shred you. But obviously Fernando Mendoza is playing probably the best football of any quarterback in the country. I know we had talked about a couple other guys before, but who you said you got 4 guys.
I think the guys that deserve to be there, and I think the Heisman voting, everyone says it's the best player in college football, and I don't feel like we're going to vote based on that this year.
No, it should be Jacob Rodriguez.
Because if that's the case, then I think Jeremiah Love is the best player in college football.
Really?
Yeah, and I think Jacob Rodriguez is second. But what I think also is like it should be a combination of that plus what you've meant to your team. Because if it was truly the best player in college football, then like some guys in the past probably shouldn't have won that one. Maybe that's not fair. I don't know.
Who do you have in mind?
The guy that I have in mind is Diego Pavia.
Yeah.
and I think Mendoza should be there as well. Those are my 4 guys. But I think Pavia has both played to an elite level to compete with any of these guys number-wise, but the fact that he's doing it at Vandy is also something
They're
to be said.
9-2 right now.
Yeah, and I think the fact
they're
that
the number 14 team in the country. How many people outside of the city of Nashville, Tennessee, had Vanderbilt being a top 15 team after the schedule they faced, with a chance to go to the SEC championship?
Yeah. That's what I think.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if they have a chance anymore.
What player has meant more to his team and they've been success? Like if you take Diego Pavia off of Vanderbilt, they're not a bowl game. They're not a bowl team. They're not going to a bowl game this year.
No.
They're losing to Missouri. They're losing to LSU. They're losing that game to Auburn, the shootout game.
Yep.
They're losing probably to South Carolina. Like it's just. And I think they got
lose this week for sure against Tennessee.
Yeah, I think they got a decent backup, and he's played well when he's played, and when they're up 70-7. But it's like,
but there's a different energy around.
Right, Pavia means more to his team than anyone means to their team in this country.
Yep, I agree with that.
And I think that has to factor into the voting.
Yeah, and the fact that, you make a compelling argument, and that's the guy we talked about. Hi. Yeah, but obviously that's one of the guys we talked about beforehand where it's like, for me, it was who do I think is going to win? Mm-hmm. I think everyone that you just mentioned should be there. I want to even toss another name in the ring of like guys who I wish would go, and it's Ahmad Hardy. That guy has been the lifeblood of the Missouri offense and has kept them competitive in some ridiculous games. Like he has 250 yards twice in 2 different games this year. He had 300 yards against Mississippi State in a game that was competitive, and then he took over, and all of a sudden it wasn't. I mean, he's got like 1,400 yards. He's second in the country in rushing yards behind Cam Cook at Jacksonville State. But yeah, him and Julian Sand. If I had a top 6 for Heisman, it's those guys. Jeremiah Love's in there. He's the best running back in college football. I think Jacob Rodriguez has been so dominant defensively. Like he has a Ndamukong Suh level impact.
Yes, he does
on the field. And as everybody knows, Ndamukong Suh is the only other guy who was really close on the defensive side of the football, other than Travis Hunter. But Travis Hunter shouldn't have won the Heisman last year, and that's a whole other conversation.
You just feel like there's nothing you can do against Texas Tech. And obviously they have David Bailey and
Romello
Height, and all the other Lee Hunter, all the other guys they have. But it's Jacob Rodriguez where it's like he's in every correct gap. He's downhill to the line of scrimmage in the run game, but then he's back in coverage in the passing window. He's got 4 picks.
So good. Like he's so good at reading quarterbacks' eyes and knowing where he's going with the football. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like
the best defensive player in the country.
When we were watching Kansas earlier this year and we saw Bengali Kamara, and we looked up his numbers and his numbers weren't great, but then when you watch the game, it was like, dude, he was in every single play. He was around the football every single play. That's how it feels every game with Jacob Rodriguez. He's everywhere, but
except
the thing
he has
he's got
100 tackles.
He's 100 tackles, and he makes such an impact on the passing game. You cannot throw over the middle with him there. He's like Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously his sack numbers aren't crazy, but that's because he's not blitzing like crazy like some of these guys are. But, dude, he's like Sean Dolak. Just racks up tackles, but he's elite in coverage. He's a first-round pick. He should go top 10. He's that good. And any team would be lucky to have a guy like that, especially for their locker room, guy who just cares and hustles harder than anybody else. He'll outwork everybody on the field. I have nothing but love and respect for Jacob Rodriguez, and I wish him all the best.
And I'm glad we never have to play him again.
I'm so glad. Well, we might have to.
Oh. Shout out UCF, but yes.
Yeah, big UCF fans this week.
Go Golden Knights.
Go Golden Knights. But, yeah, so moving on from the Heisman conversation, right, had our couple of guys. There's been a lot of drama, right, with, like, Lane Kiffin. Mainly just Lane Kiffin. He's the big drama. Brian Kelly's had drama of his own. But we'll talk about the drama in a second. But I want to talk about, real quickly, Eric Morris, North Texas head coach, is now at, where did he just go?
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. That's right. I couldn't picture the graphic I saw. Oklahoma State. I love that hire.
I hate it.
Really?
For ASU.
Oh, fair.
I love it for Oklahoma State. I think it's a slam dunk.
I do too. If you're gonna replace Mike Gundy, do it with a guy like Eric Morris.
Yeah, Oklahoma
you can talk
State
more about the
is known for points. When I think of Oklahoma State, I think of all of their offenses that would just rack up points.
Right. Brandon Whedon, Spencer Sanders.
Yep. Yeah. Chuba Hubbard, all the running backs, Justice Hill.
They've had. Zach Robinson was a dog.
Yep.
Who else?
They had a few weird years of like J.W. Walsh, Clint Shelf.
Oh my gosh, those are some crazy names.
Yeah, it was some interesting polls.
Because Spencer Sanders was their guy for like 4 years.
Yeah, who else did they have before Spencer Sanders?
I honestly cannot remember. I'm just gonna start looking up.
Drawing a blank.
Here.
Oh, it was Mason Rudolph. Golly, those years are blacked out of my mind.
That's crazy.
Mason Rudolph. Oh, what a one to forget. James Washington. All those offenses. Marcel Aitman, Dylan Stoner, Tyron Johnson.
Bro, you know that crazy you say that too, because dude, what's his name?
I knew it was like a big name.
Justin Blackmon, dude.
Yep, Justin Blackmon, Des Bryant.
I wish. Gosh, he was unstoppable. He was unstoppable. Dude, you know Keyshawn Elliott has 7 sacks?
Yep. QB spy machine.
Dude, he's tied for 21st in the country. I actually had no idea that happened. That's crazy. How many TFLs did he have?
Yeah, I love the hire for Oklahoma State. I think Mestamaker's probably going to follow him, and that's going to be awesome to watch. I mean, we already have the best quarterback conference in college football.
Yep.
And it's only going to get more impressive and better. And he's going to be the best quarterback in the conference next year, right away.
Everyone needs to start giving the Big – I was going to say the Pac-12. The Big 12 their respect, dude, because this season in the Big 12, it's by far the most competitive conference in football. You have Baylor, who is like, what, they're 6-5? Here, I'm just going to go to the standings real quick. Let's go to Big 12 standings. We're going to go through this real quick because we're here. Why not? Texas Tech, 10-1, 7-1 in conference. They've looked like truly one of the best teams in college football. BYU, who may be the most fraudulent team in college football, has a true freshman starting quarterback, and they find ways to win games that they shouldn't. They have one of the best coaches in the conference, in the country, with Kalani Sitake. Utah, Devin Dampier is a electric factory, and then they have Wayshawn Parker, and then you have Bird Ficklin, who may be the most electric backup quarterback in the country. Doesn't throw the ball great, but gosh dang it, dude. That dude, once he got the ball in his hands in open space, he's gone. He's toast. He is. Gone. And then Houston, Connor Wegman has played great football this year at times, and then other times been
mostly good.
He's been mostly good. I'd say like 75 to 80% really good, and then he's had moments where it's like the West Virginia game where it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then Noah Fafita at U of A has been playing great football. Brennan Sorsby is great. He was putting up Heisman numbers to start the year. Rocco Becht is playing very efficient football on a very injured team, and they're still winning games. Avery Johnson is a great quarterback, super athletic. They almost beat Utah at Utah last week, which is insane because not many teams can do that. TCU, Josh Hoover, may be the best quarterback in the Big 12.
Yeah.
He's not playing his best football right now.
That guy's been throwing the ball to the other team too much.
But, dude, when he's on it, there's not a quarterback I fear more than Josh Hoover. Yeah. Sawyer Robertson, they're 5-6. Baylor is 5-6. Sawyer Robertson has 30 touchdown passes. He's tied for the lead.
He's top 5 in passing yards in the country.
Yep, he's top 5 in passing yards. He's tied for the lead in passing touchdowns. Only problem is he's thrown 11 picks. Kansas has Jalen Daniels, who is being talked about as an early season Heisman candidate, and he's continually just putting up absolutely insane numbers. The Suns are up 30-15. I just got a notification. Nice. Let's go. And then you get to the rest of the conference. UCF, Taven Jackson. If Taven Jackson is your 13th best quarterback, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
And then West Virginia, Scotty Fox has been playing really good football lately.
That's a choice of words you could use. I don't know that
He's
I would
been a
say
spark
really good.
plug for that team
That
has
is
allowed
something that is true.
Right. That's what I mean is like it might not be the prettiest football, but he's doing something right. They've been competitive.
Mm-hmm.
They were dead.
Yeah.
Then you have Colorado, who's got Julian Lewis and Caden Salter. Caden Salter was the starter at a ranked Liberty team last year. Like Liberty was at one point being talked about as the group of 5 playoff sleeper last season, and then Oklahoma State. Nothing good's happening at Oklahoma State except for Eric Morris. But you add Drew Mestemaker to Oklahoma State.
Yeah. They're going to be scary with
You know what's
offense.
sad? You know what's crazy? ASU, Jeff Sims is worse than a lot of these quarterbacks. And that's not a diss to Jeff Sims. It's just his strength isn't throwing the football. Like Baron Morton I'd have over him. Maybe Bear Bachmeier. I don't even know.
I'd put Bear over Jeff Sims.
Especially with his arm. Devin Dampier for sure. Connor Wegman, Fafita, Sorsby, Becht, Johnson, Hoover, Robertson, Jalen Daniels, yes.
Yep.
That's about it. I'd take most quarterbacks over Jeff Sims, but
Jeff Sims in this offense with this team can get you wins.
And they win.
Can get you wins.
And we're number 20 in the country, and I don't know how.
Yep.
But here we are. Man.
But let's get back to
what we were supposed to be talking about.
Right. The thing about this news that I hate is the timing of it.
Yeah.
Why do we know? Why do we know right now? He's going to finish the year at North Texas.
Yeah.
But that's weird.
Right.
It's weird. It's like it's not like your coach is saying I'm retiring after this year. Let's put a good one in for coach. It's like, no. Right. My coach isn't going to be here next year because he took a different job, but he's still here now. It's ranked, like when you put your 2 weeks in at your job, and it's like, oh, well, I guess it's time to loaf. No, I'm not saying that's what he's going to do, but I just hate why did we need to know this right now?
How is North Texas not ranked?
I don't know. How is North Texas not ranked, and why is North Texas not being seriously talked about for a college football playoff spot?
Like everybody's hyped about James Madison, who's also not ranked.
Yes.
They should be.
Yes.
First of all, they should both be ranked over Tulane.
Right. People are talking about Tulane over both of them. I'm like, are we serious?
Like right Tulane, now? Their losses are at Ole Miss.
That's a good loss.
Good loss. But they got slaughtered, yeah.
It was UTSA getting spanked by UTSA by 30.
Yeah. Owen McCowan having, 31 for 33 in that game?
And North Texas's loss is South Florida in a game they put up a ton of points still.
Yeah. Was that the game they lost like 63 to 36 or whatever?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, let's look at North Texas resume.
They spanked Washington State.
Yeah, they spanked them. Yeah, I forgot about that. 49-10. Then they
some real
tough
good
Army
ball.
game. They lost 63 to 36 against South Florida.
But look at down the stretch.
Beat UTSA, smacked them, smacked Charlotte,
handled
Navy, smacked UAB, smacked Rice. They're going to smack Temple this week.
Yep. They're going to smack Tulane in the conference championship.
I mean, I get it. They haven't had the strongest resume, but like a dominant win like that over Washington State's got to mean something. I mean, Tulane's resume is not this good. And they're going to play each other in the ACC title game. And I hope North Texas, like the AP's got it right. They got North Texas 21, Tulane 22.
Yeah.
James Madison's 20.
But it's just weird timing for this news to come out.
Yeah. I get that. I hate that because it honestly,
it takes away from the fun of the season that North Texas is having.
Yeah, it totally does. But if we're looking at like opponents, by the way, sorry, I don't mean to derail this.
Yeah.
James Madison played Washington State last week.
Mm-hmm.
We said it last week. The easiest money anyone would ever make was to take Washington State to cover, 14.5, 24-20. What did North Texas do to Washington State?
Yeah.
59-10, and they're ranked behind them? Like, come on. What are we doing? Like, I get it's a different team now than it was then, but like
James Madison doesn't
have
any
Is
like
North
special
Texas
wins
not
either,
passing the eye test? Like,
no, they're for sure passing the eye test.
I don't get it, dude.
I don't either.
I love that U of A got ranked. I think they played great football. They deserve it. Tulane does not deserve to be ranked ahead of North Texas. So if anyone had to drop, it's them.
No.
Georgia Tech and Pitt, I get. SMU's been playing
and
great
North
ball.
Texas lost to South Florida, who should be the best team in this conference if they didn't fumble the bag against Navy and Memphis.
Yep.
Because they've destroyed everyone else they've played.
I mean, they're literally ranked in every other poll.
Yeah. But that's the Eric Morris news.
Yeah.
Should we move on to Lane Kiffin drama?
Absolutely. But
Maybe
I gotta say this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Tarleton State's 11-1. They're number 5 in the FCS.
Yes, they
so
are.
you know.
Believe me, I know. I've been keeping up. They lost to, I think, Abilene Christian.
Did they? Yeah, let's look.
I think they were ranked Abilene Christian.
Abilene Christian by 3 on the road. And Abilene Christian is currently where are they? Number 14. They're 8-4.
Yeah.
Where'd NAU go? Have they been on a skid anyway?
They're like 7-5.
Lane Kiffin. Yeah. We're done. I'm done getting distracted. Sorry, Sam's not here. Okay. Lane Kiffin. A lot of rumors swirling. LSU is prepared to offer a huge deal to Lane Kiffin. I think north of $90 million.
Yeah, which apparently Ole Miss and Florida have matched.
They have the same NIL budget, allegedly. I think it's $25 million each. And they all are offering the same $90 million. But I think LSU's the only one who's confirmed to have the package ready to go. Which for some reason, I don't know. But I've seen all this smoke and mirrors. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't either.
Why would he?
Right.
Money's the same. The love is. Here's the thing: as a head coach in the SEC and with national prominence, the only thing that you can do is be hated for making a change. If he leaves Ole Miss, everyone's gonna hate him. Everyone's gonna hate him. He's one of the most likable coaches in college,
right?
And everyone's gonna hate him
because
because
great for recruiting.
It's amazing. He's an excellent recruiter. He's got success at multiple programs. He needs to stay at Ole Miss. If he doesn't, it's going to be a huge mistake.
I agree. But I think he's playing 4D chess right now.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this the other day, and they were talking about this on Bussin' this morning. Will Compton said it, and I was like, somebody else thinking the same way I am. What if this has all been a big smoke and mirror ploy for Lane Kiffin to drag LSU and Florida along so that they don't hire the best guy or they don't have their guy? Like, they've been passing on guys thinking about Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin's just been playing them the whole time.
Yeah, because Eric Morris is off the board now. That was a really good coaching candidate.
And they're just going to be behind other teams in terms of schedule, and it's going to hurt their recruiting. It's going to help if he announces that he's back with Ole Miss, it's going to help Ole Miss's recruiting, and then LSU and Florida are just going to be left in the dust.
Yeah.
And if that is the long con that Lane Kiffin has been playing, just masterful work. And it'll only make everyone love Lane Kiffin more because LSU, people like LSU, but they're also a hated team.
Yep.
And Florida is the same way. And they're both the elite programs. Ole Miss is not one of the elite programs. So if one of the non-elite programs does that to the elite program, it'd just be hilarious.
But that would immediately catapult Ole Miss into that kind of conversation of
oh yeah,
should Ole Miss be considered an elite program? That is worthy of being stayed at.
They should be.
Yeah, picking Ole Miss over LSU and Florida would be just point blank shot to the chest of Florida and LSU, because Ole Miss for so long was little brother, but now they've had some success for the last 15 years. It hasn't resulted in any championships or even any playoff appearances, but it's coming. They're going to the playoff this year.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. But yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. All right. Last week, a lot of great games. Cincinnati hoed us. All right, I got 3 missed kicks. What are we doing, dude? Okay, special teams, fire your coach. Fire the special teams coach. You missed 3 kicks. I know this kid's been money all year, but you missed 3 kicks, have terrible holds all game in the biggest game of your season. I know they're not playing for much, and it means more as an ASU fan than it did for Cincinnati because they're 7-4 now. Their loss to U of A pretty much sealed their fate. Dude.
Cincinnati had that game won.
They had it.
3 missed kicks.
Getting stuffed at the 3-yard line on 4th and 1.
And then
they fumbled. Was it Cyrus
Allen?
Just dropping the ball?
Just drop the ball at the 20-yard line in the red zone.
I don't
in the
get
fourth
it,
quarter. Driving, what was
And-
it, to tie, or was it to go down?
It was to cut the lead. It was
cut
to
the
cut
lead
the
to one
lead.
score,
But
which they scored on the next drive, and that would have been a lead-taking drive had they scored a touchdown on that drive.
correct, because they were down 20-7 at that point. No, there was 17-7.
17. No, because BYU scored a touchdown to make it. It was 20-7.
No, because they were.
BYU scored a touchdown at the end of the game to make it 26-14.
I know, but they were up. It was 10. It was 7-7 or 10-7 at halftime, and then BYU scored a touchdown, kicked a field goal, scored a touchdown. That's how the scoring went. It was 17-7. Wait a second.
I just can't,
I don't even remember. Hold on.
I can't believe he
repeat that.
dropped the ball. He got his leg twisted, and so you're like, oh my gosh, I hope this guy's okay. It looks like that BYU guy wrangled his ankle and ripped it out. And you're like, oh man, I hope he's okay. And he just dropped the ball. He's in on the next drive.
Yeah, it was 10-7 at halftime.
He was in on the next drive.
Very next drive.
He just dropped it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. As an ASU fan, you're just putting your tinfoil hat on and thinking this kid's an op working for BYU right now against ASU's benefit. Obviously, that's not what happened. But I cannot imagine what was
Here's
what
the biggest
a bad beat.
Here's the biggest play, right? So, where is it? It's this drive here, the field goal drive. So you have a missed kick. I think they're second or third.
Oh, and Sorsby threw an atrocious interception early in the second half.
Whatever. It happens. He did. That was really
It
bad.
didn't happen for BYU.
No, it didn't. So they scored on that drive after the interception. Then
6 turnovers.
Cincinnati missed the field goal when it was 17-7. Then BYU gets stopped. It's 4th and 3. And Cincinnati lined up in the neutral zone. How do you do that?
Oh, that's right.
Bro, and they end up going down, kicking a field goal. It's 20-7.
That's right.
So if that doesn't happen, right, we'll play the what if game, right? Cincinnati, it's 17-7. Play calling's probably a little different. Now you don't need a touchdown.
7 plays that took points off the board.
7 plays that took a touchdown off the board.
Well, not just
Points off the board. But you missed 3 kicks. That's 9 points. Literally 9 points off the board because you could not make. And it wasn't like they were crazy hard. It was like 43. It was like a 43-yarder, a 40-yarder, and a 48-yarder. Those are all makeable kicks, especially for this kid who's 23 for 24 on the year. His long was like a 50-something. I don't know, man. And then you have okay, here. All right. I'm going over it. Turnover on downs. They get stuffed at the 3-yard line.
Points off the board.
Missed field goal on their next
Points
drive.
off the board.
Then they scored. Tied the game up 7-7. Missed field goal at the end of half.
Points off the board.
Points off the board. Could have been tied at half. Actually, no. They could have been up 20-10 at half. But they weren't. Then they opened the half. Horrible interception.
Yep.
Terrible.
Now
Then-
that didn't necessarily take points off the board because it was a
It was
pick.
3rd down, I think.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a bad drive. They were going to punt, but still. You give them the ball. It was pretty much an arm punt, so whatever. Then you go down, you miss a field goal.
Points off the board.
Then you have the offsides where they literally go down and kick a field goal instead of punting
Yes.
the ball to
That's
you.
points on the board. Which
Yep. So it
counts
goes in the other
same.
way. Yeah. So fumble at the where was this? Fumble at the BYU 17.
Yeah. And this is just another game this year. And it's happened it happened against U of A, happened against Utah, and it happened now against Cincinnati. That's 3 that I can think of off the top of my head that BYU did not win, but that the other team simply lost.
Iowa State.
Yes, Iowa State is another one that the team lost the game. BYU just didn't make the mistakes that the other team made. And you're like, oh, well, maybe that's hard to replicate.
Yep.
At some point, you're going to run into a team where you can't – they're still barely winning these games.
Yep.
With all of these things going in their favor.
And then finally, after the Cyrus Allen fumble, you get a 3-and-out from BYU. Touchdown Cincinnati. And then BYU 9-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to seal the game.
And BYU's going to go to the playoff.
BYU's going to go to the playoff.
And they're going to get exposed. Well, it depends on who they play first round. But
they'll probably be – right now they're slated to be the first team out.
Okay.
So
well, if they win out and then go to the Big 12 and lose to Texas Tech, that's 11-2. Or 10-2.
They're not beating Texas Tech. They're not going to beat Texas Tech. I want part of me if they beat UCF and there's no way ASU can go to the playoff or no to the Big 12 title game, I want them to play Texas Tech so Texas Tech can beat them by 30.
We can't have BYU in the playoff.
No,
it is going to be a bad look
for the Big 12. It would be bad.
Because if they match up against like Alabama's
going to beat them by 30.
And they get shredded. Now, we sound like haters. One, we've been saying we think BYU's frauds all season. But we also...
They just keep winning. I don't know.
And if ASU was in the same spot, I would obviously want ASU to go and get dummied by a team.
Yep, I'd rather be dummied than not dummied.
Right. Because that's better for our recruiting. That's selfish for us. But as a conference...
It's better to love than to not have loved at all.
But for the conference sake, they'd be saying the same thing about us, and I respect that opinion.
Yep. They said it about us last year.
And it's the 116. Yeah, this is a little different situation with, Jeff Sims as your starting quarterback.
Yep, fair enough.
But
oh my gosh,
the same team.
But that was the one game we needed to go our way as ASU fans. But
it hurts.
It hurts a lot. But what are you gonna do?
We like Kalani Sitake to say something nice about BYU.
We love Kalani Sitake.
We love BYU uniforms. We respect.
Big fan of Bear Bachmeier.
Yeah, big fan of Bear Bachmeier. We respect.
He's awesome.
I enjoy watching LJ Martin run the ball.
He's a great running back. They have an awesome
and we respect the environment and the beauty of the stadium.
Yep. There's a lot to like about BYU.
So we do want to say nice. We want to have something nice to say about BYU. But BYU.
Those are all things we wouldn't say about U of A. Either. So
maybe.
We wouldn't say those nice things about U of A. We'd say nice things about the product they're putting on the fields, not about the players. But
should we last week games?
Yeah, last week we finished with a record of 8-6 as a podcast. William and Sam led the charge with a 9-5 performance, while I lagged behind again, where I picked with my heart a few times, 7-7.
It's the heart that gets you.
Now tonight's just William and I, so we're gonna have to either be in agreement or we're gonna have some toss-ups.
We can send the picks to Sam.
We can send it to him, and if he sends something out, then we will. But we don't have an answer. We don't have an answer right now. So next week when we go over the picks, we can go through it. But real quick, I want to make sure we have video. So I want to
go ahead.
Take a peek at the. Yeah. We'll take a quick break. Boom. Okay, we are back. Had to take a quick break, make sure we were still recording, check some scores going around college basketball, and then the Suns score. But we got 13 games that we're going to try and fly through as fast as possible. We'll try and we'll keep the analysis short, and we'll get the picks ready to roll. So that being said, first game is a Thursday matchup. So tomorrow, Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, the only game on Thanksgiving.
Only game on Thanksgiving.
It's a treat, too.
Navy at Memphis. Big AAC.
Great game.
Implications on the line. Mm-hmm. And Memphis is a 3.5-point favorite. Honestly, Navy's been playing some great football. I don't know how this all shakes out in terms of conference standings, but William, what do you think?
I like Navy here. They've played they had a huge win against South Florida. They got Horvath back. They seem like they're playing good ball, and Memphis has been playing terrible. So that's pretty much my analysis. I forget who they lost to last week. Do you have their?
Yeah, I'll put it up right now.
But
East Carolina,
they're a good team, but
it was on the road too, and it was only by 4.
They lost to East Carolina. Who else did they lose to? They lost to UAB, and they lost to
Tulane.
Yep. I guess 2 tough losses. It's going to be a close game. It's one of those where you feel like Memphis is just going to play spoiler to what Navy has an opportunity with at the conference championship game.
Yeah, because they're 6-1, and then Tulane is 6-1. North Texas is 6-1. I'll have to look up the the tiebreaker, but very much still alive.
So sorry to Memphis. I guess you're not playing terrible. You're
Yeah.
playing good teams, playing hard, just not winning.
So you going Navy?
Yeah, I'm going to go Navy here.
I'm also going to go Navy. I think there's a lot on the line. I don't think Navy's going to come out and lay an egg. This is the most motivated they're going to play all year until they play Army. So go Navy, beat Army, beat Memphis. All right, next up, the Egg Bowl. One of the most hate-filled matchups of the weekend. Number 7, Ole Miss is a 7.5-point favorite at Mississippi State. I really wish I could take Mississippi State to cover, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover 7.5. What do you think? Yeah,
I'm thinking Mississippi State might be a dead team walking.
I think so too.
And Ole Miss,
are they playing for bowl eligibility though?
They are, but I don't think it's going to matter. Ole Miss just got so many weapons. I know. So much offensive firepower.
I'd love to see Mississippi State get it done, but I just don't think they will. I just don't think they have enough.
Yeah, they can't really stop the run. They got exposed last week versus Missouri.
Yeah, and with Fluff Bothwell out for a year, it just kind of
He's been out for a year, but yeah.
No. But he's having that 1-2 punch with him and Booth.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, so we got Ole Miss, pretty easy there. Iowa at Nebraska. Iowa's a 5.5-point favorite. Speaking of dead teams, I think Nebraska's dead. They looked really bad last week.
Yep.
So,
and it's enough to make a man smile, that's for sure.
Give me the Hawks.
Think Iowa coming off, I was complaining about this to Philip yesterday, is like Gronowski played just horrible football for 3.5 quarters. He missed about 8 throws in that game, and then when it really mattered, he had like 4 big-time throws on the last 2 drives to win the game. And it's like, dog, can we copy and paste this for an entire game? Because this is incredible. But I think part of that's like the offensive line locked in. Lester's calling better plays. But all that being said, I think Iowa takes care of business here. Nebraska looked dead last week. TJ Lateef seems like a promising quarterback, but against Iowa's defense, I just don't see it happening. I love the Hawkeyes in this one.
I agree with you. All right, next up, number 4 Georgia playing number 23 Georgia Tech in a neutral site in Atlanta. So it's not really neutral because it's where Georgia Tech's campus is, but it's not at their stadium.
More
it's
full of Georgia fans.
Very much so. The Dogs will travel for this one. And rightfully so, Georgia is a 13.5-point favorite in this one. However, I have to. I gotta ride. I have to ride.
You don't have to do this.
I gotta do it, man.
Season's
over. I gotta
over.
ride. Georgia Tech's gonna cover.
All right.
And they're gonna win.
Whoa.
Georgia Tech is going to beat Georgia.
Whoa. I hope you're right.
Upset pick of the week right there.
I hope you're right.
Give me the Yellow Jackets. I have to, but
I hope you're right.
I know you're going to take Georgia.
Of course, I'm going to take Georgia to cover. I think the fact that it's a neutral site especially is going to make it happen.
What I'm going to do, though, is because my brain is telling me that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The podcast is we're going to take Georgia.
Okay.
As a podcast, we are taking Georgia to cover.
All right.
Philip, in my heart of hearts, the man who was picked at a 47.8% clip on the season, he's taking Georgia Tech.
Good on you.
So
good on you.
Yeah. But
I think Gunnar Stockton shreds this defense, which is just
a bad defense. But if there was ever a game to
tissue paper,
get it up, man, it's this one. Getting embarrassed last week. They were so close to making that game interesting. They did. They lost 35-28.
They honestly, I went back and watched it. Georgia Tech lost that game.
Yeah.
Pitt played very well too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But early, it was 28-0, and then
the pick six was the big difference in the score at the end of the game because Georgia Tech came back.
And that was it right there. If you get a field goal on that drive, you win 31-28.
There's a lot of sloppy play by Georgia Tech.
You are now 10-1 to playing Georgia. You're going to the ACC title game.
But Georgia Tech's defense has been dead. They've been dead for a while, and Georgia's defense, I think, is going to be good enough to – I think Georgia Tech's offense is still going to move the ball, and Georgia's defense, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep up with Georgia's offense on Georgia Tech's defense.
I agree with you, but Georgia Tech's going to get up there. We're going to get after it. It's going to be fun.
All right.
We want to stay ranked. Anyway. Next game we got number 3 Texas A&M going all the way to Austin to play number 16 Texas. Texas A&M is a 1.5-point favorite in this one. Does A&M finish the year undefeated?
I want to say they do. Like, I want A&M to win.
Something in the air.
But this is going to be my upset pick of the week.
Yeah, I got Texas, too.
I'm going to take Texas here. I
Arch
don't.
just putting together.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing about me loves watching Texas play football right now. No. They're just not fun to watch.
I mean, they dummied Arkansas last week. And Arch finally put together. He's strung a couple of great performances on.
Yes, he's played his best against the worst. Yep, he has done that.
Yes.
I'm waiting to see it against the best, though. He played his worst against Georgia.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he didn't play well against Georgia. He struggled against the best.
Struggled against Florida. Struggled against
against the best
Kentucky.
Defenses this conference has to offer. He has struggled against the worst defenses this conference has to offer.
He's
great. Looked like that guy.
Yep. But there's something in the air.
Yeah, I just think at Texas helps a lot.
Yep. Alrighty. This is the biggest game of the week.
Yes, this is the only important game of the week.
Only important game is the Territorial Cup. We're fighting. Not only do we still have a chance to make it to the Big 12 title game, but we're also fighting for bragging rights and who's going to finish with a better record.
Yes.
Both teams sit at 8-3. Number 25, Arizona. The Wildcats from down south, the Dirty T, are a 1.5-point favorite, shockingly, at number 20 ranked Arizona State Sun Devils. Pride of Tempe, Arizona. This one's easy.
Yeah.
Go Devils.
I'm going to pick ASU, but I don't feel good about it. And that's one because how good U of A is this year. I went back and watched some of their drives from Cincinnati and Kansas. Their offensive line looks pretty good. They run the ball well. They have a good stable of receivers. They got a good secondary. They stunt. Danny Gonzalez is their D coordinator, so they do a lot of stunts. That's kind of his thing.
And they play 12 yards off
on the D-line.
Every single play.
Except this team is not a usual Danny Gonzalez team. They are in the sense of a D-line stunting, but they don't play like that bail coverage a lot. They play a lot of man, which is surprising. They have corners they like, and this Dalton Johnson kid, this safety, is insane. He's so good. He can play the post. He can play in the box. He's a really good football player.
Awesome.
So that's my analysis on U of A. But the reason I just have a hard time with ASU is because they're the most bipolar team in the country.
That's right.
We have the capability. We've made every single team on our schedule look exactly the same.
Yep.
Whether that's
Except
Texas,
for Utah.
Yes. Whether that's Texas Tech, Baylor, TCU, the same game script, the same score. It doesn't matter. Somehow the opponent is going to look like this and ASU is going to look like this. And it doesn't matter. We did it against Colorado too, outside of a fourth quarter where we finally put them away. But the first 3 quarters, that's how the game looked.
That's right.
We can play with anyone in the country, good or bad.
I'm expecting a Marcus Arroyo masterclass.
And when I say bad, that means we can play bad with the bad teams in this country. But we can also play good
that's right.
with the good teams in this country. So
that's right. Preach.
It's just, how do I know, as someone picking games, what team is going to show up on Friday night?
Yeah.
It could be anyone.
Such a good game, though.
I know.
This is the best possible matchup we could have asked for.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years ago, they dummied us at home. Then, last year, we dummied them at home.
Yeah.
It hasn't been close the last few years. And now we get, finally a matchup where both teams are playing for something. And that is, 1, pride for record over their rival. I think that's a big point for U of A, is they want to hold that over us. We still have a shot at the Big 12 title, so that's what we're playing for. Playing for a more elite bowl game, having the ability to recruit the state of Arizona. This has big implications on that. And I think Kenny is going to make sure that we are ready. I don't think that we've come out the way that we need to, especially against Colorado. Yeah, okay. Almost every game. Every game we've not come out well. Mississippi State, Baylor, TCU. Iowa State might be the only game that I feel like we came out and actually punched them in the mouth a little bit.
They scored first, I thought. 3-0.
Yeah, they kicked a field goal.
Texas Tech, we could have broke the game open in the first half.
Yeah,
but we didn't.
Okay, there you go. Texas Tech and maybe Iowa State.
Yeah.
West Virginia, we came out, punched them in the mouth. So what, like 7 of our games we got punched first, and somehow we're 8-3. Here we are. We're ranked number 20. Talk about resilience, man. Talking about a resilient team.
This team loves drama.
Yes, it is, and we're going to win. It's a good thing that they're the favorite. Because then we don't have to say like we're going to cover or anything. Right. It's just pick
Vegas is smart though. They've learned with ASU that's just make the spread a pick 'em spread.
Yep.
Make it a 1-point spread, 1.5 where there's because that's all ASU knows is these close games. 3, 5, 2. Occasionally beat the bad teams by more than 10.
Yep.
But
yeah, Fafita scares me the way he's been dealing the rock.
Yes, that guy can sling it.
They can run the ball. Their defense is solid. Kevin, you guys are going to be a worthy adversary. But we're going to mess y'all up. Jeff Sims, masterclass. Marcus Arroyo, masterclass. Jordan Tyson, masterclass. Raleek Brown, masterclass.
Yeah.
Keith Abney's going to lock up Trey Spivey. He's going to lock up, is it Chris Hudson?
Yeah.
He's going to lock him up. It's Abney Island, and y'all are gonna. It's Alcatraz out there.
Good thing luck. Is ASU hasn't had any missed assignments in the run game, blocking wise, and this is a team that loves to move and stunt and not be where they lined up after the play. So it's something that works very well in ASU's favor because we don't have any missed assignments blocking straight up, anyways.
Never.
I'm nervous, man. I will say I'm nervous. I don't want to bring the mood down, but I'm nervous.
You're nervous. I'm not. Go Devils. I'm never nervous against U of A, and that's not because,
every game
when we were 3-9, I thought, man, there's magic in this team. We're gonna beat the tar out of them, and then we got beat.
And if I believed that, I've believed that about this team before. I believed we were going to beat Oregon with Justin Herbert that night that we did.
Yeah, and we did.
I believed
there was just something in the air. You
but
just
the
knew
thing,
it. I believed we were going to beat Texas Tech. Something in the air.
All I know is this team has sucked any amount of good feeling out of me, where it's just numb and nervous.
I could tell you with certainty if we're going to beat U of A at kickoff, right before kickoff. There's just vibes.
Yeah.
There's vibes. Like Texas Tech, you could just feel it.
Yeah.
You could feel it. The energy was different. I was like, you know what? We're going to rush the field today. Houston, I didn't feel great.
It was dead in there.
Didn't feel great going into that game. I was like, we felt like we were too high and mighty.
Yeah.
We needed to be humbled.
I just feel like that every week, and I have no reason to feel any different because I've gotten the same result. Now it's been a win most of the time, but we've gotten the same result every single week almost. So I'm going to keep feeling the same way because that's what they've done to me.
Yep.
Like last year, I was still nervous going into games. I was because we did the same thing last year. We played all these close games. When there are teams that I've seen us play a full game and it's like, well, they're either just better than us or they're worse than us, then I feel good in a certain way. It's like, well, maybe we can get these guys. And it's like, no, when all you do is mess up, I have no idea. Like, it's either great ball or horrible ball in the same game. How am I supposed to predict what's going to show up?
Right.
I saw Jeff Sims fumble the ball into the Colorado linebackers' hands. And then I watched him throw a go ball. That's a dime to Jordan Tyson up the side. Like two different players. 2 different players,
Yeah.
2 different teams.
It was the
all
same.
in one
it was
game.
the same Jeff Sims that showed up against Iowa State.
Yep, same guy that
He
rushed
was the
an
best
80-yard
player on the
touchdown.
field, and he was the worst player on the
And
field.
the same
at
guy
times.
that couldn't throw with touch on a pass that would have won us the game.
Yep.
And it's just, I love the Jeff Sims experience, but I also hate it because it's tumultuous.
It's hard, dude.
It is the highest of highs and
It's
the
so
lowest of lows.
Because we are so like we have more big play capabilities with Jeff Sims because he'll break off a 60-yard run. Rayleigh Brown's going to break off a 60-yard run because he's more dangerous in the straight line run game and the QB power. Once he hits the hole, boom, he's gone. Than Levitt is. Levitt's more like he can get you 15 on the ground because of the scramble magic.
Yeah, from play to play,
he's gonna boom, boom, boom. It's more consistent with Levitt, and it's not nickel and dime, and it's definitely not death by like 1,000 paper cuts. It's more like death by you cut yourself while cutting a steak, but you just do that repeatedly, over and over. Like it's a nice cut into a fillet. That's how it is. You're just slicing it up, nice and good. That's how it is with Levitt. With Jeff Sims, it's like you take an axe and you're just like, all right, let's see if I can blindfold. I'm gonna put a blindfold on, see if I can cut this steak. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you cut it beautifully.
An interesting analogy, but this team, it's like,
well, it's chaos, and that's what ASU is.
It is. It's the team you don't know how they're going to be from play to play. No. Like it's 2 different teams play to play, and that's not the case. Some teams it's like game to game. Us, it's play to play. Yeah. Every single play is either like a really, really good play or it's like horribly wrong. Like first play of the game, running back goes the wrong way, or Jeff Sims tries to hand the ball off the opposite way.
Dude, I cannot believe. Wasn't that like one? That was
West Virginia, first play of the game, coming off a bye. So it's like those are things that, and then the second quarter, Jeff Sims is like the best player in college football.
Had 3 passing touchdowns in the first half, and I'm like,
and then the next
go for 400?
Quarter, he fumbles a QB sneak on 4th and 1, and it's like I have no idea what to make of it, but it is what it is. So we've talked enough about ASU.
Yeah, that's more. That'll be our preview right there.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff right there.
We don't have a lot to review from the Colorado game, I don't think. I don't think we were in a reviewing mindset when we watched that game.
I think we were right about the run game was going to be the way that we won, and that's how it happened. Once we got the run game going, the whole game broke up, and we dominated.
We felt like Raleigh was going to have a big week. Raleigh had a big week. Kind of went as we expected. Yep. Just took longer to get there than we expected.
Kanye Udo had a solid game.
Yes, Marcus Arroyo. We need to see Kanye Udo.
Please.
Get this man 10-plus touches.
Please.
Find a way.
Just give him the football.
He makes 6 yards happen.
Yes. He'll have 10 carries for 60 yards against U of A.
And he'll run through arm tackles. I love you, Raleigh, but you do not run through arm tackles.
That was the only time he got brought down. Also, stay on the ground. No need to hurdle.
Yeah, we don't
need to be Superman. Not in a game that's
keep
competitive.
That thing high and tight.
High and tight. Let's take care of the football. If we take care of the football against U of A, we should have no problem.
We win.
We win.
Unless we also need to consider, we need to be careful about how we say this, because we need to say turnover on downs and missed field goals are also turnovers.
Giveaways. No dead possessions.
Yes.
No dead possessions.
We're either flipping the field with a punt or we are putting points on the board. That is what's happening. Those are the only 2 outcomes of drives in this game, and you win the game.
All right. We'll move on.
Sorry.
We'll keep going.
Go Devils.
Right. Number 1, Ohio State, going to Ann Arbor, Michigan to take on number 15, Michigan. Mm-hmm. I think the streak dies this year.
I
think Ohio State wins. I think they cover. You know what? I don't know if they cover, but I think they win. 9.5 is a hefty line, but Ohio State has been. You know what? Yeah, Ohio State covers. Mm-hmm. I think Ohio State covers. You think so?
I've wrestled with this because I'm thinking Ohio State's run game is non-existent, and it's been non-existent against much worse run defenses than Michigan has. Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith have been banged up, questionable to play. Seems like Jeremiah Smith says he wants to play. Jordan Marshall is healthy for Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan definitely has the athletes to keep up with this Ohio State team.
Yeah.
Ohio State's had a pretty light schedule.
The way to beat Ohio State for me is can you force Julian Sand to not complete passes? Can he play an inefficient game? Can you make Julian Sand a inefficient quarterback?
Yeah, I don't know that anyone can do that.
And that's why I think Ohio State's going to keep running because their defense is the best in the country, without a doubt. Bryce Underwood is a great quarterback, and they have a good offense. But Ohio State's defense is far and away better than Michigan. Michigan is going to pull out all the stops. They may score 14 points.
Yeah.
But Ohio State's going to score more than 24 in this game. It'll be like, I see this being like a 27 to like 13, 27-14 game. So Ohio State covers, but not by a whole lot.
I see Ohio State covering if it's a backdoor cover. I think Michigan
like a
covers.
Late field goal to go up 10.
I think Michigan covers this. I think Michigan wins if Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate don't play. That's my take.
Got it.
If they don't play, Michigan wins outright. But if they do play, I think Ohio State wins and Michigan covers. Gotcha. I think those players, neither team I think is going to be able to run the ball, and that's going to hurt Michigan more than it hurts Ohio State, so long as there are receivers other than Brandon Inniss to throw to for Ohio State. He's a good player, but just him out there.
They're not Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate.
Yeah. For whatever reason, like third string Ohio State 4-star and 5-star guys forget that they were 4 and 5-star guys.
Until it's their time.
Well, yeah, I guess. We'll see. They put up not underwhelming offensive output against Rutgers without Jeremiah and Carnell. So.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got number 12 Miami going on the road. They're a 6.5-point favorite over number 22 Pitt. This one's just pick 'em. I got Miami.
Same.
Easy said, easy done. Not a whole lot of analysis. Pitt's coming off a big win, big emotional win. Miami is
they're just playing good ball right now.
They need this in order to make the playoff. They need this.
I'd love Pitt to win. I'm rooting for Pitt.
I will be rooting for Pitt, but my heart, my gut, my brain say Miami wins. Now this one's interesting. Number 6 Oregon going on the road. Mm-hmm. They're 6.5-point favorite at Washington.
Yep.
I would love Washington to win this game.
Yeah.
Their offensive line sucks.
Yeah,
Oregon can generate pass rush. I think Oregon wins, but I hope for a DeMond Williams masterclass.
I think the noise around Jed Fish is going to come to a head at some point, and I think Oregon is just like that.
Yeah,
they can run the freaking ball.
They're just consistent, and they dominated USC last week. They got pressure, and DeMond Williams is better, in my opinion, than Jada Mayava.
Yep.
But USC's O-line is a lot better than Washington's, and their defense is better than Washington's. They do a lot better than Washington. And
I think Oregon's just too much.
I agree. So
give me Oregon to win. Can't outdo.
I could see this
has.
being a close game because this is a rivalry game after all. But yeah, give me Oregon. All right. Number 10, we got LSU going on the road to play at number 8 Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 10.5-point favorite. I like Oklahoma to cover. I think their defense is too good. LSU has looked suspect, especially with that game against Western Kentucky last week. And that's not a slouch to Western Kentucky. I think Western Kentucky's really good.
2 weeks ago.
But LSU has looked really bad, and I think Oklahoma has looked really good. Now, I don't think Oklahoma's going to blow them out by any means, but I don't know. Is LSU going to score more than 2 scores? Because I think Oklahoma will probably score close to.
What was the spread 28. With Missouri last week? It was like 8.5.
Yeah,
and they covered, winning 17-6.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Oklahoma covers. You think so?
I agree. Okay. Copy and paste what you said. I like your take on it.
So next up, we got number 14 Vanderbilt going on the road playing at number 19 Tennessee. This is a big game for these two teams, especially Vanderbilt, if they have any hope of sneaking in as a at-large bid for the playoff. Yeah. So love Diego Pavia. He has stepped up to the plate in every way. I think this is totally the kind of game where it's going to be like 45-20 to 42 or something like that, or 48, 45, goes to overtime. But I want Vandy to win this game so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick Vandy.
Yeah.
Purely based off of vibes. I think Pavia played the best game of his life last week against a nobody. And 6 touchdowns, 460 total yards. Enough said. Not to slouch Tennessee. I think Tennessee's a great team, but they've shown that they can be beaten at home, and I think Vandy can do that. So
I kind of feel your take. My gut says Tennessee wins. My heart says Vandy. I think Tennessee reminds me a lot of Auburn offensively in terms of scheme and tempo. Obviously, Tennessee's tempo is even more. And I think Vandy on defense is really nothing to write home about. And I think Tennessee's tempo and talent on offense is enough to like overwhelm Vandy. And I think the environment is going to be just berserk. Tennessee is just annoyed of this Diego Pavia guy and Vanderbilt being good for once. That being said, that Diego Pavia guy is enough to like get a team right. I've seen Vandy play some elite football this year, and I'm gonna pick Vandy because my heart wants to, but my gut says Tennessee. So let it be known that I'm picking with my heart here.
Let's go. Shout out Vandy. All right, we got 2 more games.
I'd rather be wrong going with Vandy than wrong going with Tennessee.
Right, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. All right, next up, we got it's a good Big 12 matchup. Yeah. Nothing on the line. Cincinnati going on the road playing TCU. Cincinnati at TCU. TCU's a 3.5-point favorite. I kind of hate this line.
Yeah, I think Cincy should be favored.
I do too. They've looked getting beat the way that they did. Like we saw TCU got dummied by BYU 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Then they came out, went on the road, and then beat a very good Houston team on the road. So I think it's like a BYU hangover. Like you have the hangover while you're playing BYU. It's just like a bump in the road, and then all of a sudden you just drink some coconut water and you're fine. Cincinnati, we needed them to lose this game before, but now we don't need them to. So I think Cincinnati is motivated to not end up 7-5. Yeah. And I think Josh Hoover's been playing some suspect football. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Yeah, Josh Hoover has this thing that kills him, I think, and it's one, his offensive line play at times.
Yeah.
And 2, it's this idea that I'm Brett Favre and I have the arm and ability to make any throw on the field. So instead of taking the open receiver, I think I can fit it in right there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it.
Because why not? Because
I'm like that. And sometimes it really works. And sometimes it's like, brother, it's 4th and 3. You had a touchdown right here. Yeah. You're trying to make this. You locked in on this guy. He has a hard time getting through his reads, I think.
Yeah.
He fixates on his first read, and usually he's good enough to make it. But I do think Cincinnati runs away with this game.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be pissed off and put together a good performance after their 2 shaky performances in a row. But both games they probably should have won.
Mm. It brings us to our last game. We're obviously picking the Iron Bowl. Number 10, Alabama. It's a 6.5-point favorite going on the road at Auburn. This one's tough. Auburn's played some good football. I would love it if Deuce Knight played, but it sounds like Ashton Daniels is going to get a start. Because Ashton Daniels is starting, and I don't love Ashton Daniels, and I do love Alabama. I think Alabama wins. It's going to be a close one, but I think Alabama wins on the road.
Yeah, I like Alabama here. To me, Ashton Daniels is a very bipolar quarterback. I think they benched him last week only to preserve his red shirt. So the Ashton Daniels that showed up against Arkansas and Kentucky is not – I think he played against Kentucky, but I've seen Ashton Daniels play some really bad football. But I've also seen – I watched him play against Vanderbilt, and he was cooking. Really unstoppable, mostly accurate, athletic, doing his thing.
Yep.
that guy can cause a lot of problems for Alabama. Yep. So it's really whatever Ashton Daniels shows up is how this game goes. Auburn's definitely talented enough to beat Alabama, but I don't think they will. I think Alabama will win. And that's kind of my thinking on that.
Dang. Okay, of the, 13 games, we picked 3 home teams to win.
Really?
Yeah, Texas, ASU, and Oklahoma. Everyone else is a road team. Or win or cover. So, like, Navy, Ole Miss, Iowa, Georgia, Ohio State.
Not 100% on Navy. I'm not 100% on
Miami, Oregon, Vandy, Cincy, Alabama.
Not 100% on Miami or...
We're going to roll with it, though.
Or Vandy.
Hey, but we picked with our heart on Vandy.
Yeah, we did.
So if you want to put an asterisk next to that one, we still picked 9 teams.
I feel good about Oregon. Feel good about Georgia.
Yeah.
Feel good about Ohio State.
Let's put a stamp on one of these games where you feel like
That's gonna happen.
This is going to happen. But
Oregon,
we got to go with the spread.
Oregon over Washington,
To
6.5.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to be it right there. I agree.
That's the game I feel best about.
I'm going to – what should I do with this? Should I highlight it? I'm going to highlight this game. Highlight it yellow. There we go.
My next 2 would be like Iowa over Nebraska and
but I don't even
either
feel like
Cincy or Ole Miss.
I feel good about Cincy, and I feel good about Ole Miss, but I like Oregon to cover 6.5 against Washington.
Yeah, I feel good about
I think
that.
that's if there were 3 games that if we're gonna put our stamp on and say like this is your best pick right here, it's Oregon to cover over Washington, Iowa to win outright. We'll just say money line, and then Ole Miss to cover against Mississippi State. That's what we're going to say. We got 3 games. I highlighted them. We'll see how we do on those specific games next week. So maybe that's something we try out.
Yeah.
Where we'll do our picks and whatnot, and then we'll do yeah, so anyway. But yeah, so a little bit longer of an episode today. Obviously, we didn't have our fearless leader and captain who keeps us accountable. Sam Hodge, we miss you. Don't forget to send us the Hornswoggle GIF. Otherwise,
Forgot about it.
I know you already forgot about it. Yeah. He's not even going to see this.
No.
So, but yes. So that's it. Episode 13 of the Give Back to the Game podcast. If you liked our commentary, what we had to say about some of the situations going on in college football, the games, the rivalries, Heisman odds, whatever it is, throw a like on this video. We would really appreciate it. And then please subscribe. Send this to your friends if you guys like college football, or if you just want to tell us that we're stupid. Send it in the group chat. We're happy to hear it. Let us know. So we hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of football on this weekend with a lot on the line. And we'll find out who's going to be playing for conference championships next week. That being said, y'all be safe. Enjoy watching football. Have some great food. Enjoy this time with your friends and family. And we will see you all next week. Peace.